All right, grade 8. We're going to have a quick look at the steps that you need to do for 12.1, the experiment today that looks at theoretical and experimental probability. And then you'll be answering the reflecting questions and submitting them for marking. All right, so it says you're going to use 4 blank cards. They don't have to be blank cards. If you have some cards at home, anything will work. Any piece of paper, you just want to make sure they're the same size and shape so that the person making the choices of cards is doing it randomly and there's no pattern to it. Okay, but if you find a deck of cards, any of those cards would work well. Okay, we're going to complete steps 8H. We'll have a look at these. So we're going to skip all the grade 7 stuff here and head right down to grade 8. Here it is. It says Stefan and Keto are playing cards. Stefan has won 6 games in a row. He claims that he has won because he's really good at guessing what card Keto will play next. All right, so in this activity, step 8, it says you're going to work with a partner. Now, if you have someone else at home, that will work great. If not, you can do this on your own, but you need to make sure the cards look exactly the same, and you have to shuffle them each time and pick without trying to pick the same card each time. Okay, it's got to be a random pick. All right, but you need 4 cards, and you're going to sit back to back. So step B, and your partner or yourself is going to pick a card randomly. Okay, now you have to guess which one, without looking at it, guess which one they picked. And then look at it. And then you have to record, did you guess right or did you guess incorrectly? So in step C, it says, what is the theoretical probability that your partner will guess which card you have? Well, if there's 4 cards and you're guessing randomly which one it is, you should be right 1 out of 4 times. So in probability, that would mean as a fraction, that would be 1 over 4. As a decimal, that would be 0.25. Or as a percent, that would mean that you should be correct 25% of the time. So step D, it says have your partner guess which card you have. Record the result in a table like the one below. Continue for 20 trials. So I've made your life easier today. If you look at the attachments on Schoology, there is a numbers file that says grade 8 where I've made the chart for you and you just have to record your results. So if I do my first trial and my partner picks a card and I guess what it is before they show it to me, then they show it to me, and if I guess correctly, I could put a Y in correct. Okay. If I guess incorrectly, I'd put a Y in incorrect. Okay, and again, we would be expecting to only guess correctly 1 out of 4 times, or 25%. So 25% out of 20 would be 5 out of 20 times. All right, so the fraction of the total guess is correct. So if I guess incorrectly on the first one, that would be 0 out of 2, or out of 1, sorry, 0 out of 1. That means my percent total correct is going to be 0%. Okay, and you have to keep calculating your fraction as you go. So the next one would be out of 2. The next one after that would be out of 3, and eventually you're going to get some guesses correct, but you're going to keep track of this all the way through, and you figure out your percents. Okay, let's go back to the steps. So step 3, this one, or step E, you're not going to actually do this one today because you're working on your own, or if you're with a partner, they don't have to do this because you guys are all at your own spaces. All the grade 8s are spread out. Okay, but then step F, it says copy the graph shown over at this side here. You could use your spreadsheet to make a chart like this, but you'd have to make another chart with combining your results. And create a broken line graph to display your results. Okay, again, we should be seeing that your results show that you're getting somewhere around 25% correct. If you're getting higher than that, you should maybe go buy a lottery ticket. No, don't go buy a lottery ticket. That's not a good idea. But that means you're getting a higher experimental probability than what we would expect. And some of you might end up guessing lower than 25%, which means your experimental probability is not as high as what the theoretical probability is. So describe what your graph shows about your results. Step H, you're going to calculate your overall percent correct. And then we want to we want to share this data. So we're gonna ask grade 8 students to post their percent correct on Schoology so that everyone in grade 8 can use that data to do the last step here. It says use the class data to draw a histogram that shows how many students fell in each percent correct interval. So you have to make intervals. So the highest would be 100%. Again, we expect probably nobody to get 100% correct. But you could maybe do it in intervals of 10%. So 0 to 9%, 10 to 19%, 20 to 29%, and all the way up to 100%. And then put your data into that histogram. Make the histogram so that you can see where most of the students ended up. Again, we would expect to see most of the students in the 20 to 29% interval. Okay, but then you can answer reflecting questions 1 and 2. Use your charts and your graphs to help you answer those questions. Make sure you explain yourself fully, and Mr. Roofer and I are going to mark those tomorrow. Okay, good luck. Connect to your math meeting to get help, and we'll see you next time.